Welcome, welcome, welcome. I had a little difficulties with my laptop, so I'm going doing this from my phone. Okay, please forgive me. Respect to everybody coming here. You new, and and as the topic says, as you see the topic, it's little. This is a little disturbing to me that 30 plus Georgia teens charged over school threats since the Apple Apalachee High School shootings. It's kind of funny how that and is it safe to go anywhere? Is it safe to go anywhere in this country
As we're talking, kids
without
has young as
without
11.
without without things getting out of hand? And here's the story right here. This is reported by 11 Alive in Atlanta, right? And this was today. This came through my news feed today. More than 30 teens charged over school threats across North Georgia since the school shooting in Georgia. It's gonna be short and sweet. The Department of Juvenile Justice confirmed to 11 Alive in the 48 hours following the school shooting, 2014 were booked in connection to school threats. Troup County, Georgia. Something unprecedented is happening in school districts across North Georgia following what is considered one of, if not the deadliest school shooting in Georgia history. Almost, almost every day since the shooting inside Apalachee High School on September 4th, law enforcement law enforcement law enforcement agency had announced the arrest of multiple students tied to school threats. The Department of Juvenile Justice confirmed to Level Live this week that in the 48 hours following the school shooting in Winder, 24 teenagers were booked into their detention facility. Those facilities are Metro, Gainesville, Martha Glaze, DeKalb, and Rockdale. Many of the close to 3 dozen arrests include the charge of terrorist threat, which is a felony in Georgia, which also can be a federal crime too. On Wednesday evening, following several recent school threats, the Troup County school system held a joint news conference with law enforcement officials at LaGrange High School. Dr. Rachel B. Hazel, who just took over as the superintendent of Troup County School System on July 1st, said it is important to be transparent about what's happening in their school system with these threats. I'm telling you what else need to be more consistent. These parents need to get on these teenagers' butt and snoop and do a whole lot of stupid in these students' business. That's what they need to do. The adults, the kids' parents not doing what they're supposed to do. They not snooping. They ain't being nosing up. They not paying attention to what these students, these kids are doing. That's the problem. The parents are the problem too. Last week we watched our work fields in Barrow County. Dr. Hazel explained. Dr. Hazel knows there is no district in the country immune to fears of violence. She added, since last week, our own school family has been impacted by 4 separate threats of violence against our school. She explained their school staff, along with local law enforcement, worked fast to track down the threat and make at least one arrest so far. But y'all worried about these. Y'all also worried. Don't don't get me wrong. threats on shooting up a school is not good. But at the same time, what are y'all doing about to try to prevent some of these stuff to going on with like school bullying, right? Like student calling another different uh, 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 skin tone student a racial slur or out of their name, or gorilla, whatever you want to, whatever you want to call it. See, that was spurs on some of these school shooting, and plus not taking and no telling what that got going on at their own home. While the news cover was a chance to address the school threats, respect sniper. Yeah, eh, see, you got to get to the root of the problem. What's going on at the house? Why are they bullying these other kids? That's the question. You gotta get what's going on at the house. You gotta sit and talk to these kids. What going on in your life that make you want to bully them? That's the question. That's the question we should be asking them. What makes you want to bully the other kids? Is something they did to you or something that going on at the house? Which one is it? Which one is it? See, that what we got to get in the mindset. What is the problem? What the root of the problem? If you find the root of that child's problem, of that teenager problem, of why they doing it, maybe you could help solve it. But have anybody ever thought about it, get to the root of that problem of solving why the kids bully other people, bully other kids, bully them online? No, we never did. We never do. We just assume it's a problem at the house, which it probably is. It's a shame that this is taking place, and we certainly hate it that they're continuing to do this, said Troop County Sheriff James Wardoff. Sheriff Wardoff admitted what they're saying with so many threats and students being arrested is unprecedented. I guess the kids don't think it's serious. I don't know what it is. I guess they think it's a game or it's funny to scare somebody, but it's very serious that they're going to know that when it's time to punish them for, for what they are doing, share what I'm saying. Then again, what's going on at the house? What's going on at the house? Oh, they being bullied at the house. You gotta get the root of the problem. Not saying that what they did is right, but you gotta get to the problem. If you can't get to the bottom of if you can't solve the problem what's going on in a child's life, you're not gonna get to the bottom of the problem. The sheriff wasn't alone. Troop County Schools Security Director, LaGrange Police Chief Garrett, I can't pronounce his last name, along with officers from Hoganville and West Point Police Department attended the news conference. Well, what if you said what if the bully has a great household? It's something that making that bully do what he do. A bully just don't become a bully overnight. A bully do not become somebody around in that neighborhood is bullying him, and he ain't letting nobody know. So what he do? He gonna go bully somebody, and that person that he bullying gonna get tired of get bullied, and wind up doing something drastic like what happened in Georgia and all these other schools that had these school shootings. So you got to get to the bottom of the problem. No matter where Is it in the household, out the household? It doesn't matter. You gotta get to the bottom of the problem. That it is what it is. Then the chief, which said, "How about getting your kids' business a little bit?" He questioned. Hold on, Snipe. That's what I'm talking about. The chief said, "What about getting your kids' business? Stay in their business. Be noses. Don't let them just lie to gag and be on the laptop doing this and that and think it's okay. Then all of a sudden you get a call, you get a knock on that door. The police come pick us your child for something as stupid as making threats online. Although it's a felony in Georgia, but little they know it's a federal crime in this country to make a terroristic threat. So I think these days parents ain't nosy enough. Parents ain't nosy enough of getting on these kids, go and see what their kids looking at or what they doing. They ain't nosy enough. You think parents nosy enough, Sniper?
Yeah, I have a different take on your bullying thing. I think that sometimes bullying is just a I think bullying is just is kids showing off in front of other kids, trying to think that they're the big person on campus, trying to fit in. Yes, there is opportunity. There's times where the household is not great, so they take whatever is going in the household. But the majority these days, right now, is nothing but clicks and views. So if I can get views and I can get clicks, as you know, every time that a fight happens at school or they bully at school, what they got in their hands?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the parents' fault?
Yeah.
Majority
You still there?
cannot blame a parent for a 16, 17-year-old acting like an idiot in school. You can't blame them all the time. That kid's got to take responsibility for their own actions.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I said you can blame the parents.
I know
Okay.
you were going to say it.
And I will tell you why I said that. One, if the principal or the teacher call the parent and say, "Hey, your child did this right here," and the parent say, "I'm gonna do A, B, C, and D," and don't do A, B, C, and D, guess what that child gonna do? Gonna say, "Oh, my parent ain't gonna do nothing anyway. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing." You see what I'm saying? If the parent don't discipline their child for what they do, take away the electronic devices. See what I'm saying? Because guess what? They do all this stupid stuff in school to somebody else. Not know what's going on. You see what I'm saying? Somebody got to stop it somewhere. It got to start somewhere. It got to stop somewhere.
Yeah, they're stopping it. Hey, you know what? I don't. Everything doesn't has to be somebody locked up. But you know what? It's coming to a point now where you put them wrist restraints, them silver bracelets on these kids. They're gonna start learning that bullying is not right.
Mm-hmm.
You you
Go ahead.
the kid has to. But here's the deal: you could tell a 15 now a younger kid, a younger child, an adolescent in the younger days, in their younger days. Yes, we're gonna put that heat on the parents. All right. First of all, I don't believe that a kid at the age of in elementary and middle school having cell phones in class.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We had a phone in
And
class.
and I don't believe that I do believe that in the middle school, elementary school, your kid needs to your kid you need to monitor your kid what your kid does on the phone. My
Yep.
younger kids, their mother, every text that goes to their phone, she can see.
Oh, just like my sister with my niece.
Okay. So we can
See.
see everything that's going on the phone. All right.
Yep.
When you are older, right? When you're older, when the kids are 16, 17, those kids got 15, 16, 17, 18. They need to be accountable for themselves.
Mhm.
We can't
But
keep saying,
go ahead.
let's call mommy and daddy. Let's do this. No, if you got to kick them out of school, that hurts the kid in the long run, or you got to lock them up, which hurts the kid in the long run, then guess what? That's what you have to do. And
Yeah.
we got to stop being afraid. And that's the thing is that we cannot. We got to stop being afraid of these kids. That's the
I'm telling
issue. And that the
you.
problem is that we're afraid to say anything because these kids could think they have no respect for authority.
And another thing is why some of these kids do the things they do sometimes. Now I'm gonna say sometimes. What kind of discipline did they get growing up? You see what
Be
I'm
true.
saying?
No, be true. Be true. Be true. Let's be real. Let's use me as an example. I could be my parents could have been the strictest parents on the block. Okay. And I could still go and make my own decision to pick on somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay. I can, or so saying that what kind of discipline they had, you can have any type of discipline. But
But what I was
but it's your decision. It's not always blamed on the parents. And what they say is is the kid decision to do what they do.
yeah, but there's sometimes some people do stuff without no consequences to their action. When mom and daddy or somebody always come bailing them out of trouble, what kind of consequences? What kind of lesson have they learned? What kind of consequences have they learned? See what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes some parents are lenient, like, oh, that ain't my child. My child ain't do nothing like that. Don't believe what nobody tell them the child did. You see what I'm saying? But
Because
like I said,
because they are scared of their child. The child is their
mhm,
best friend.
yep. And I look at like right there here. The bottom line is when you not money, I don't care. Put away. I do not look at right now. I would not care how old my niece get. Her mama gonna monitor her online activities. You see what I'm saying? And we can say, oh, parents gonna let the teenager gonna do what they're gonna do. Forget that. As long as they under the when our parents said, as long as you're under my roof, it's my rules. Hey, you could look here. They monitor everything just about everything you did in that house. But when we get outside the house, that was a different story. But we grew up in a different time. We didn't have this all these electronic devices. So, but think about it, 30 plus teenagers locked up in Georgia. And the youngest one about 11 years old.
And I think that is a lesson to be had.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a lesson to be had. If you're going to act like you're a big dog, then you need to start being treated if you want to act like an adult, you need to start being treated like an adult. And it sucks
Mm-hmm. See, I like what the chief said. He said, like social media, staying in your kid, getting in your kids' business. And he said, if you the adult and your child on your cell phone, you paying for it, you don't think about anybody in the fourth, fifth, sixth grade or paying the cell phone bill. So if you paying for it, take it out of their hand and look at what they are looking for. That what parents say. I'm saying that's easier said than done. But if you paying that cell phone bill, you got a right, you got all kind of right to take that phone, laptop, whatever you paying for, see what they looking at. And like you said, some of these parents are scared of these kids. These parents are scared of these doggone kids. Shoot, I know when I was acting up, shoot, I got it on the backside. I got it on the backside. Shoot, the kids running around here want to be a bully, looking at it, want to think it's a fun and game, make a terrorist threat to a schools. Not if it get treated like an adult.
Yeah, I think this is going to be one of those where the city is doing their best to take back over what's theirs.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It got the Troup County, LaGrange, West Point, the Hoganville, all them together. That ain't even North Georgia. That what southeast, almost East Georgia, East Georgia, West Alabama. And I'm looking
Yep.
at this right here. When I seen that right now, I said, "What the world's going on?" I want to get in one of them kids' mind to see what they really were thinking about.
Them kids ain't going to tell you nothing.
No, they
It's
ain't gonna
too
tell
much.
you nothing. Go ahead. Go ahead, Tony.
Kids ain't going to tell you nothing. They think it's fun. They think it's cool. They think it's a thing to do.
Hmm. I
But
wonder how. I wonder,
what need to happen is what needs to happen is, and I don't care what anybody say. What needs to happen is they need to start being able to discipline kids in school.
you ain't telling about.
I don't care. I don't care what
Hey, tell them
it.
about the gun line. Tell them about the gun line. Tell them about the gun line.
I know,
Somebody.
and I know certain people like, oh, you're not touching my kids. Oh my God, you're not touching my kids. I don't know what you're. No, that lets you know that adults have the authority is still there. You teach your kids respect, you won't have this problem. You tell your kids to keep their hands to themselves. You don't have to worry about your kid being disciplined in school. See, and discipline is not about paddling. It's about that detention. You going outside picking up trash. You going you're actually doing some labor work. So it's not all about the let me I that don't paddle my kids, don't touch my kids, don't say nothing to my, and that's the problem right there too. Is because these parents are always don't say nothing to my kids. Don't touch my kids. Call me. Call you for what? Like you said earlier, some of these kids say they're gonna do, their parents are gonna do something and they don't do nothing. You call my household and my hey, you call my household, talk about my kid acting up in school. I'll be there within 20 minutes, and me and my kid gonna have a little heart to heart in the bathroom. Everybody can hear it.
I'm gonna ask you a question, Snipe. What your parents tell you every time you go out, right? Don't let me have to come for work, right? They come down to that school. Everything went out. Don't ask for that. Don't reach for that. Don't leave my sight. Don't do this. Don't do that. Cause you knew what you gonna get if you did all of that, right? Yeah, like, and then they tell me they want teachers in school with little pow pows, which is ridiculous to myself. That is ridiculous. Cause what? Let's say the teacher got one of them in the classroom, and the kid just sitting there silent. He mad at the world, or she mad at the world. The teacher walks out without the gun. What you think that student gonna do? Come on. Yeah, I think I just want to see how they're gonna try them 30 plus kids. Or they're gonna try them as a juvenile, they're gonna try them as adult. I said try them as a doggone adult. So they want to act like adults. What do you think about that? Like,
Well, let's play devil's advocate. You treat them like adult. Now that kid is not. We have 30 uneducated kids in school, out of school, in the world, adults in the world.
yeah, yeah. And I wonder. I know the state of Georgia going to charge them with terrorist threat. I wonder what the heck the Fed's going to do.
It's gonna stay local. It's gonna stay local. They're
Hmm.
gonna make an example out of them, but it's gonna stay local.
But you know, if that was adult, they would have. Hey, they would have went Feds. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at. I wonder how much time they get in juvie.
And then again,
I
that's the
wonder how
question
much
that we
time.
have. Do we want to send these kids to juvie, or do we need to educate them on why they shouldn't be doing this, especially the 11-year-old?
Yeah, you can sit with juvie and still educate them at the same time.
You can't educate them. They won't get the education in the school. Uh, it won't be the same education.
Yeah,
That's what I look at. But again, hey, listen, you act like an adult. You made those decisions as an adult. Guess what you need? You need to be treated like an adult. But in the same sense, we can't fail these kids.
no, we can't fail them. And I look, I feel you on that though. I feel you on that. And the question is, if we give them a slap on the wrist, if they give them a slap on the wrist, right? And you know how humans are, right? They're gonna act the way they want to act that you want to see them act to get out of some trouble, right? Well, they got to get some kind of punishment. You got to do A, B, C, and D. If you don't, you see what I'm saying? You got to give them some
Well,
kind of incentive.
but you got to also think about like this: if they get charged with a felony, that follows them their whole life. So their life
Yeah.
is somewhat ruined already. They won't be able to get a good job, even if they do go to. They can't even get into a good college. So
Hey,
it's
yeah.
already is. And do we that are we willing to do that for a child or to a child? Are we willing to do that for a child, or should we find a way that we can help these children with the dumb decisions that they're making?
Like I said, what part of the A, B, C, D that I was stating though is you complete A, B, and C, and D is what you had done as a teenager, 11-year old, 12-year old, 13-year old, or whatever, 16 on down, whatever, be expunged from your record. It'll be sealed. You see what I'm saying? And it won't be nobody be able to see it. But you gotta do A, B, and C before you get D. How did that sound?
Yeah, I hear. I mean, that sounds like a plan. That's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah,
But at the end of the day, one thing I got to stress is that we cannot always blame it on the family.
yeah,
You know how many? Do you know how many kids come from very good homes and still want to be an asshole at
yeah,
school?
yeah. Because I feel like I'm going to say the word. They feel like they're entitled, basically. But I look at this way right here, which I want, I want, I want to see how the parents going to react, how their reaction is to their child being accused of being allegedly accused of this, and how the justice are going to the justice system going to handle them. Because more likely to get D, it gonna fall on the parents to make sure the child follow what they supposed to follow. Especially with that 11-year old. Especially with that 11-year old. When that
That
came
is
across my
true.
huh?
That is true.
When that came across my news feed on IG, I like I just looked at that like, wait a minute, 30 plus? I like in the youngest 11, and like you said, I it wouldn't surprise me if someone came from a good home. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Especially if both parents working so much, they ain't paying attention to what the child doing. It, this would get insane. I'm trying to figure, like like you said, we'll never know what they were thinking, why they did it, right?
Right.
Because they know how sometimes people, adults, kids, whoever you want to say, see a trend, they want to do it. I guess they thought. I guess they think it was a joke, whatever. No, with too much of this, the school shooting, mass shooting going on, these people are not taking it for a joke.
That-
I, go ahead.
it's too many lives being lost to be taken to not take this seriously. It's too many lives, young lives being lost for people not to take terroristic threats to take it not seriously. And we as adults, we got to we as adults, we got to take this back over. And that's just the bottom line. We got to take these teenagers back over. And that's all I got to say, bro. I got to get going.
I'm back. Sorry about that. Like I said, I'm using my phone. Accident happened, but we brought up some good points. But we're gonna find out what's happened to these 30 plus teenagers, kids, and see what the outcome going to be. And like I said, it's crazy. If you're a parent, pay attention to what your kid does, the mood swing, and stay on top of things. And for all the young men and women out there that going through something, it's not worth losing your life. It's not worth uh, losing your freedom. It's not worth putting your family through it. It's not worth putting your classmate, your your friends, your next door neighbors through it. It's not worth it putting your community through it. If you have a problem with somebody, or you have a problem at home, or have a problem, any kind of problem, talk to somebody. And this live wasn't gonna be long, but this need to be said. It need to be brought people's attention. I think if we go back to old school way of doing things, and I do think there should be consequences to a person's action, and all depends on the age of the person. I don't care. I don't care. If it's a boy, girl, man, or woman, and it depends on the severity of what they did. But like I said, we got to get back to getting these kids back right. Stay on top of them. Encourage them to do the right thing. And if we, the bottom line to it is, we got to get back to being adults. There's too many parents. There's too many adults letting a child run things. Other than that, all I gotta say, love and respect yourself. Cause when you love and respect yourself, you can see through all the BS. Love yourself. Cause the best kind of love, who gonna love you better than you love yourself? Cause self love is the best love. And if you got any kids, any children, go hug your child, your children. Tell them how much you love them. Tell them they can come talk to you about anything, whether it's bad or good. It doesn't matter. Let them know that they can come talk to you. And this has been D2/D Love, and I'm out.